very few people have the blessing of identical twin brother. It gives you a sense of security. I mean, it's the ultimate in covering my back. And I can go on and on about his athletic accomplishments. He's a wrestler, boxer, supreme football player, by the way. And Bear Bryant said you need three things to be a good football player: mobile, agile, and hostile. I had the first two right. Mike Kelly had all three. But he's my twin brother, and I couldn't be more proud. He is, in my estimation, the top trial lawyer in America. And when I was an intern at Chester Crozier, I lived with he and his lovely wife Deanna for about 3 months because it was next to Wilmington, Delaware, hometown. And as I might come home at 10 p.m. and leave at 5 a.m. and then come home maybe 48 hours later, he looked at me and goes, "I'm never going to sue a doctor." He's kept that word. He's a defense guy. He has won more high-profile cases, including, those you don't know, summary judgments, which means that it's not even a question of the outcome. So what makes me so proud of my brother is not only is he a bulldog in the courtroom, he's always had that sense of groundedness. And what you don't know about Mike Kelly is he is fiercely loyal. He's dedicated to his faith, his family, his principles. And the first thing he does when he wins a trial, he gives money to the poor. So that's a leader. That's a leader. He has created a culture at the largest law firm which he chairs in Carter, English, New Jersey, of fairness, justice, and service. And it's with great pride I have my twin brother Michael talking about how to create a good culture. Thanks, Mike. And the videographer asked me if you could stand right here because he wants to tape this so Mom can see it at home. It's a tough intro to follow. I feel like it's my wake. Let me say something first about Mr. Youssine. That was really wonderful. And I knew, to quote our president, I knew you must be smart because you went to Wharton. Donald Trump says, "Yeah, I must be smart with the Wharton." But that was wonderful. You summed up everything I want to say, so there's not much for me to add. Wonderful. In fact, I hope you don't mind. I took some pictures of your slides, and I'll give you a royalty of any money I make. But thank you. Tough act to follow. My twin brother, boy, what can I say about him? He's my identical twin, good-looking guy. We had humble beginnings. Actually slept in the same bed when we were children, and not until I got married did I know what it was like to sleep alone in my own bed. And he talks about me. I double what he said about me when I talk about him. He's a better athlete, smarter. Mom liked him better and she liked me. I mean, he's the doctor, right? And he wanted to be a priest. How do I follow that? I'm just a lawyer, but I will follow John Kelly anywhere, and that's the highest praise I can give to anyone as far as toughness, integrity, character, and all the things I look for in a leader my brother has. And I'm honored just to be, and humbled to be part of this. I don't consider myself be on the same level as these other speakers, and thank you, Dr. Levin, for all you've done for my brother and for allowing me to participate in this. Let me start my remarks. It's tough to add again what Mr. Youssine said, but I want to start with a story about my twin brother. You saw a picture of him and his lovely wife, Marie, like a sister to me. They were lying in bed last night, and I'm sure John won't get mad at me saying this, but John was lying in bed with me watching TV, and he touched Marie on the shoulder, and she got a little excited. And then he touched her a little lower, and she got excited. And then he touched her even a little lower than that, and she got really excited. And then he stopped. And she turned and said, "John, why did you stop?" He said, "I found the remote." Now, why do I mention that story? You didn't really know where I was going with that, did you? Right? You didn't know where I was going. What's the most important quality of a leader? By far. Where are you leading them?
Where are you taking them? Right? Remember that scene in Animal House when Dean Warmer revoked the charter of the Delta House, and they're all sitting there and they're all moping around and they don't know what to do. And then John Belushi says, "Let's go!" And he runs out, "Let's go!" He didn't know where they were going, right? All that enthusiasm, he didn't know where they were going. So before you talk about the characteristics of leadership, by far, what's more important is where are you leading them? Where? So you have to be specific. You have to enunciate a plan, and you have to make sure everybody is on the same page. And what's that plan? Well, look, every discipline is different. You talk about a tough job. How about chairing 400 lawyers? You think you got it tough, Dr. Levin? Imagine 400 lawyers when they want to talk about bonuses, right? Oh my God, it's unbelievable. So you got to have a plan. That obviously, in the practice of law, money is important, right? And I always tell them, I said, folks, it's not all about the Benjamins. The plan is not just about money. Where are we going? We're going to increase profits, and how are we going to do that? But we're also going to achieve certain goals. We're going to achieve a greater client base. We're going to achieve greater satisfaction with our clients. We're going to achieve excellence. And we're going to give back. We're going to give back. Don't forget that. And I saw the slide of Dr. King who said, let's not forget, society is measured by how we treat the least. By how we treat the least. That's very important to me at McCarter English. And I'm so proud of all the accomplishments I've had as chairman. And I didn't want the job, by the way. I was drafted in 2009. But we have gotten at least 2 or 3 pro bono awards every year in the last 7 years. So when you set the goal, make sure it's specific and make sure everybody knows about it and everybody buys in. Nick Saban, John and I played football 13 years, so it's tough to avoid the football analogies, but Nick Saban once said, if an assistant coach is not on the same page as I am, he's out of here. They all got to be on the same page. And you got to explain to them why the plan is good. You get buy-in, you have meetings, you have staff meetings, you buy into the plan with the board, with the practice group, with the medical group, and then you circulate it and you act. Everybody has to know where they're going. And just again, supplement with Yasim said, hire the best. Hire the best. You can't do it alone. You got to hire the best. I remember one of my early bosses said to me once, he said, Mike, this is probably something worth remembering. First-class people hire first-class people. Second-class people hire third-class people. I see it all the time. Hey, Mike, I want to bring this guy in. He's going to report to me. I'm like, wait a minute, why? They're threatened. They don't want somebody to come in and show them up. That's not good leadership. You should try to hire somebody smarter than you are. In my case, that's easy. Hire somebody, surround yourself with people that are better than you. First-class people hire first-class people. Second-class people hire third-class. Now, with respect to taking a page out of my brother's book, he's going to talk about integrity and principle. John and I went to Columbia, and it was required, I was a dumb jock, he's a brilliant jock, but required reading. You had to read all the great works of art and humanities, and I remember in The Prince, Niccolo Machiavelli said, to be a great leader, you must be a great liar. A deceitful man will always find plenty who are ready to be deceived. That's what Machiavelli said over 400 years ago. What's Dwight Eisenhower say? Dwight Eisenhower said, the supreme quality for leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible. So, I'm obviously in the Eisenhower camp. I think Machiavelli was speaking at a time where, dictators had to be ruthless. And remember, he also said, if you have to choose between being loved and feared, it's better to be feared. It doesn't work. It doesn't work because it's not the right thing to do, and it doesn't work in practicality. People like to follow people of integrity. Kevin Riley's going to be here later to talk about his experience in the NFL. And one of the great stories I remember is John and I played, back then it was Division I football, and we used to stay, it was Columbia, but we used to win games back then. But we stayed at the same hotels as the New York Giants. Because we had Friday night there, and they were there Friday night for the Sunday game, because the coach knew they were all going to be getting drunk and screwing around, so they were in a hotel, keep them under control. And I got to know Larry Zonka, because he stayed down the hall from me. And one of the stories I remember from Larry Zonka was he said, we were at a away game, and we used the same locker room as the other team. And one of the players in the other team left the playbook in the locker room. So one of the players picked it up and brought it to Coach Shula and said, "Coach, I got the playbook for the other side. Look at this. Isn't this great? We're going to win the game." Shula said, "Give me that." He said, "Burn it. I don't want to look at it." And Larry Zonka had chills telling that story to me. And I got chills hearing it. I said, wow. Is it any coincidence Don Shula was a great coach? Right? And you don't think that impressed Larry Zonka when he saw that? He said, this is a guy that I'm going to follow. This is a man of integrity. Look at this. He doesn't want to win the wrong way. He wants to win the right way. That inspires Larry, and that inspires me. Doesn't it inspire you to hear a story like that? Would you follow Don Shula? Damn right you would. I would. Integrity. And by the way, it's the only way to live. You're an example when you're a leader. People are looking at you, looking at your every move. They're looking at your every move. And I have a rule that, and my wife loves to hear it. I don't have dinner or lunch with a woman unless there's a third person there. I don't want people to talk about me and say, "Oh, look at Mike. He's out there doing this." You gotta watch what you drink, because let's face it, all the dumb things I did in my life, I did when I was drinking. They're watching every move you make. You gotta have integrity, and they gotta sense it, or they won't follow you. I just sum up a couple of things. It's all about the team. And again, the team has to know what the plan is, and my brother inspires me to humor. When I talk about the plan, you circulate it. Even people in the audience who are Trump supporters, I think you'll agree with me that when they asked President Trump about his plan on foreign policy, and he says, "It's going to be so good. It's going to be great. It's just the best plan in the world. It's great. It's great." Well, how about your plan for Obamacare? "It's going to be so good. It's just going to be great. It's just the greatest plan in the world. Great, great. We're going to win. We're going to win so much you can be tired." That's not leadership. You got to get specifics. But you also have to get the team to buy in, and you got to get the team to put the team first. Football. Who said this? Individual commitment to a group effort. That is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work. People who work together will win, whether it will be against complex football defenses or the problems of modern society. That was St. Vincent Lombardi. Individual commitment to a group effort. And I can't get enough of Lombardi. Vince Lombardi never played basketball in his whole life, right? Took over a high school team, the next year, state champ. He studied, he read about basketball, he knew how to motivate, he knew how to put the team first. So if you're a leader, and people sense that you're putting yourself first, I've appointed people in positions of power, and sometimes they've used those positions for self-gain. Well, I'm a practice group leader, give me the business. Guess what? Out of there. Individual commitment to the team. If people sense self-interest, you don't get their respect. It's gotta be about the team. And the qualities, so let me sum up with talking about some qualities just to touch upon and amplify what Mr. Yassim said. Sun Tzu, if you haven't read The Art of War, you should. Everybody should read it, because there's some nuggets in there. The commander stands for the virtues of wisdom, gotta know what you're doing, sincerity, benevolence, courage, and strictness. So leaders have to be wise, sincere, benevolent, courage, and strictness. You got to be even-handed. You can't play favorites. You got to be sincere. You can't lie. You got to have courage. Don't you love leaders who are courageous, who are fearless, and strict? Kind of like being a parent, right? Many of us are parents out there. You got to be benevolent. You got to love them, but you got to enforce the rules, right? If you don't enforce the rules, you're not a leader. You're just like a friend. You got to enforce the rules. You got to enforce them unilaterally. Be decisive. Goes without saying. If you don't decide, you're not deciding at all. Lead by example. Again, they're looking at you at every moment. Whenever my predecessor, chairman, God rest his soul, good man, but one time I was at a meeting because I was on the board of directors before I was chairman, and we came to a disagreement, and he said, we're doing this. And I said, why? And he said, because I said so. And even back then, immature Mike, still immature, I said, wait a minute, that doesn't do it for me. If you're a leader and you say do it because I said so, you're not leading. You're not leading. You got to give people reasons. You got to have them understand. And they're looking at you at all times. If you want them to be honest, you got to be honest. If you want them to work hard, you got to work hard. If you want them to give back to the community, you got to give back to the community because they're looking at you. Mike showed a slide of General Marshall. He said, I can't expect loyalty from my army if I don't give it. Empower people. People fail if they do it all alone. They fail. Can't do it alone. Empower people. What's the corollary to empowerment? Accountability. All right, Glenn Callahan, one of my partners. John Mackley's another one of my partners. All right, you're in charge of this, you're in charge of that. Guess what? If you don't do it, we're going to have a little talk. And we're going to figure out why you're not doing it. If I'm going to empower you, you're going to be accountable. I can't say, hey, you're in charge, and I just go away and play golf for 2 weeks. Empower, delegate, but hold them accountable. 2 other things. Be first class. Be first class. Why do it? I mean, what if I said, hey, client, hire us because we're the JV. Hey, hire us because we're the second. No. I'm honest. There's certain things my firm can't do that other junior varsity firms can do better. But there's certain things we can do better than anybody. And I'm going to look them in the eye and say, we'll do that better than anybody. The quality of a person's life is in direct proportion to their commitment to excellence, regardless of their chosen field of endeavor. The quality of your life is proportional to your commitment to excellence. Vince Lombardi, be excellent in what you do. Lead them to excellence in everything. That's one of your goals in your plan. Finally, I teach at UVA Law School, and my good friend Mark Rappin's here, and he knows what I'm about to say. And it's about passion and risk-taking. And Socrates said, if you want to be a good leader and you want to persuade, there's 3 things you have to do. And I teach my students this. 3 qualities of argument. Ethos, you got to have credibility. And I'm 60 and I hope I've gotten that by now. Logos, you got to know what you're talking about, right? And last but not least, pathos. Not only your passion, but you got to invoke the passion of the people you're speaking to. You got to do that to persuade. Don't forget that passion, that pathos. Find out what drives them. Find out what motivates them, and be passionate. Not only your presentation, but be passionate about evoking that from them. I do that in front of juries all the time. You should do that as a leader. Be passionate and take risks. Forte fortuna juvat. Fortune does favor the brave. And don't forget what Scott Gretzky said. You're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Right, Glenn Callahan? Scott Gretzky, the great Gretzky. Let me conclude by saying that I am passionate about my firm, passionate about my friends and family, I'm passionate about giving back to my community, and I am passionate about the hospital, University of Pennsylvania. It saved the lives of many people in my family. I'm entrusting my life in the hospital, University of Pennsylvania next week. Very passionate about Hub rocks, and they lead. And I'm honored and humbled to be part of this group. Thank you very much.
I got my gift after. Thank God for Xanax.